The Roughnecks blew a 13-11 lead late in their last home game against Toronto, eventually losing 14-13 on this goal early in the overtime. It happened after a bit of a careless Calgary turnover at mid-floor, and it left rugged transition player Jeff Snider just a tad perturbed.
You know, this league's so tight that you can any given night, any team can win or lose depending on how you play, and I think you can chalk those overtime losses up to just an inability in the last two to close some games out.
Your prowess in the face-off circle is amazing. What is the key to that? Is it technique? Is it just determination, saying I'm getting the ball?
Yeah, it's one of those things that nobody knows a whole lot about, and it's a job that doesn't necessarily get a ton of recognition. It's just pull your socks up and go in there and do some work, and if we have the ball and they don't, then we can score and they can't, and it's a job that I take a lot of pride in and really enjoy doing. It's challenging, it's difficult, it wears on your body, and it's right up my alley. I enjoy the challenge, and the guy. It's an interesting sort of dynamic that I don't think a lot of people understand. So it's a cool part of the sport, and just happy to do it.
It's fun to chip in. You got a couple of assists the last game against the Rocks. Good to get on the scoreboard, eh?
Yeah, any time that you can put up some points is great, but ultimately the win is more important. I look at it in the same token. I won a face-off, went down there, turned the ball over, and they came back the other way and scored. So you have to challenge yourself to make correct decisions and appropriate decisions, and ultimately lead by example out there by possessing the ball, getting it to the offense, doing your job, hustling off the floor, and there's some things that I can definitely work on, and it's great to be recognized for the points and stuff like that, but ultimately it's the wins that matter.
The Roughnecks may not have the best team in the National Lacrosse League. That'll be determined at season's end, but his track record indicates Calgary does have the best face-off man in the NLL in Jeff Snider. And when you start with the ball after almost every face-off in a ball possession game like lacrosse, you gotta think your team's going to win more times than not.
There's a shot and a goal right off the bat.